22 Bible verses about anxiety and depression to free yourself. If you are suffering from anxiety and want to overcome it, then find here some best Bible verses about anxiety and depression that will help you to free yourself from it. Anxiety is a mental state of a human being that creates fear in the mind. Because of this, a person always has fear about something. Thinking about what didn't happen, fear of facing people, fear of being rejected by people, etc., is also called anxiety. If you want to overcome your anxiety, you have to try yourself. That's why check here some Bible verses about anxiety and depression to free from it. Bible verses about anxiety and depression. Overcome your anxiety with the best Bible verses about anxiety and depression. Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. Proverbs 12 verse 25. I want you to be free from anxieties. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 32. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5 verse 7. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Psalms 94 verse 19. Besides everything else, I face daily the pressure of my concern for all the churches. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 28. And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? Matthew 6 verse 27. Bible verses about anxiety and fear. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. Psalm 34 verse 17. So then, banish anxiety from your heart and cast off the troubles of your body, for youth and vigor are meaningless. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 10. In little more than a year you who feel secure will tremble, the grape harvest will fail, and the harvest of fruit will not come. Isaiah 32 verse 10. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. Psalm 55 verse 22. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Yet it was good of you to share in my troubles. Philippians 4 verses 13 to 14. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6 verse 34. Bible verses about anxiety and worry. For I wrote you out of great distress and anguish of heart and with many tears, not to grieve you, but to let you know the depth of my love for you. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 4. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Philippians 4 verse 6. And his affection for you is all the greater when he remembers that you were all obedient, receiving him with fear and trembling. 2 Corinthians 7 verse 15. Therefore, I am all the more eager to send him so that when you see him again, you may be glad and I may have less anxiety. Philippians 2 verse 28. He then said to me, Son of man, I am about to cut off the food supply in Jerusalem. The people will eat rationed food in anxiety and drink rationed water in despair. Ezekiel 4 verse 16. I would like you to be free from concern. An unmarried man is concerned about the Lord's affairs, how he can please the Lord. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 32. Bible verses about anxiety and stress. Concerning Damascus, Hamath and Arpad are dismayed, for they have heard the bad news. They are disheartened, troubled like the restless sea. Jeremiah 49 verse 23. Say to those who have an anxious heart, "Be strong, fear not." Behold, your God will come with vengeance, with the recompense of God. He will come and save you. Isaiah 35 verse 4. In the morning you will say, "If only it were evening," and in the evening, "If only it were morning." Because of the terror that will fill your hearts and the sights that your eyes will see. Deuteronomy 28 verse 67. Say to the people of the land, "This is what the sovereign Lord says about those living in Jerusalem and in the land of Israel. They will eat their food in anxiety and drink their water in despair, for their land will be stripped of everything in it because of the violence of all who live there." Ezekiel 12 verse 19. Final words. I hope you liked the above inspiring Bible verses about anxiety and depression. Don't forget to mention the best line that you liked most from the above lines in the comment box below.